sirloin, also known as the top butt, comes from, you guessed it, exactly there, the butt of the animal. Here are some of the really cool steaks that we produce off of this here at Buckhead Meat of Atlanta. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the sirloin cap, also known as the culotte or the picanha. Next, we're going to flip that over. We're going to remove the rat or the mouse muscle. Not a lot to be done with that. We'll get to that in a minute. Then, flip it back over. There will be a seam in there. That's what we call the sirloin heart. We've already removed that seam. That will leave us with the 1/3 and the 2/3 portion of the sirloin. We'll start with the sirloin cap. This does fantastic as either a whole roasted piece of meat or as a cut steak. You've got to make a decision whether you want it cap on or cap off. Over here, we've got the sirloin heart. We can either do this as a center cut option, straight down the middle, which will leave you with a seam on one side, or as a 1/3 or baseball cut and a 2/3 cut. So now we'll start producing some steaks. The 1/3 side, also known as the baseball, produces a fantastic steak with tons of flavor. What we'll do, I've already done, we'll face cut that, and then we can cut this to a 6, an 8, or a 10-ounce steak. Beautiful steak, great for value on your plate. Since we've removed that seam, this will produce a 2/3 steak. What we'll do again, face cut it, set that off to the side. This will produce something that will give you a little bit better plate coverage, but still all that wonderful sirloin flavor. Once we move over here, back to the sirloin cap, you may recall I mentioned that it's either fat on or fat off, whole roast, or a steak option. So what I've done, I've gone ahead and kind of peeled this cap back a little bit, but I'll show you this fat on version and why you may choose one versus the other. So that's a beautiful steak, strip style, fantastic plate presentation. When we remove this fat cap, you may see here, that's a very, very tough, very hard to penetrate layer of fat. Maybe a little bit off-putting to some of your customers. So in my personal preference, we'll remove that. We'll cut a strip style culotte. That way you've got a ton of great flavor, fantastic bite, best sirloin you'll ever have. Prove me wrong. Well, that's all we've got for today. Thanks so much for spending some time with us here at Buckhead Meat of Atlanta. Hopefully we took some of the mystery out of the top butt and showed you some great ideas for you to take home and use in your restaurant. Until next time.